going on, guys? It's Cimo, and welcome to the YugiTuber Grand Championship 2018. Now, this time last year, I didn't have nearly the number of subscribers that I do now, so for a lot of you new subscribers, you might be wondering to yourselves, what the hell is the YugiTuber Grand Championship? Well, this is essentially the hallmark of my channel and really got me kick-started into YugiTubing as a whole. I saw comments all over the place when I was in the very embryonic stages of YugiTubing, where people are saying, why can't we see our favorite YugiTubers play against each other in a tournament-style environment? And so I really just took that and just rolled with it, and it ended up being one of the most popular things I ever made, especially being a YugiTuber just starting out. And every year since then, because it was so popular and you guys loved it so much, we've been hosting a tournament ever since. And each tournament is a little bit crazier than the last because we changed the rules. We do a lot of fun stuff, mainly for your guys' entertainment, but also to crown the YugiTuber Grand Championship of any given year. So, what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to go over who's going to be competing in this year's tournament, as well as the rules, so you guys have an idea of what to expect moving forward in the coming weeks. But before we get into that, if you guys are super hyped for this tournament, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss a single upload. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. So, the 16 competitors that will be competing in the 2018 YugiTuber Grand Championship are as follows: Asian Persuasion 2008, Cimo, Team Samurai X1, MCole40, Nim, Alinthio, DZeef, Civit, Rank 10 Yu-Gi-Oh!, Hardleg Gaming, House of Champs, MST.TV, Farfa, Yugi No, Lithium 2300, and Matt's Up. Now, if you guys don't know who Matt's Up is, he's actually a tuber who won the first ever YugiTuber Grand Championship Mokuba League, which is a tournament that I delegated to some of the smaller YugiTubers so that they had the opportunity to compete in a tournament-style environment of their own. And I said that the winner of that tournament would get a chance to compete in the 2018 YugiTuber Grand Championship. So be sure to give him a warm welcome. He's going to have quite the battle ahead of him if he wants to maintain his presence. So, how is this tournament going to work? Well, this tournament, as always, will be a single elimination tournament, best 2 out of 3 games per match. And the reason we do that is just so we can make sure things keep going along. Otherwise, this tournament would drag out for an eternity. We want to make sure we give you guys a lot of variety and the opportunity to experience a bunch of different tubers playing some absolutely crazy decks. Now, how does this tournament work in terms of playability? Well, we're going to be abiding by the February 2018 Forbidden and Limited list. However, we are going to be making some changes to that list. And the things we're going to be changing are, we're going to be adding 2 cards to that ban list. We're going to be banning Lyrilusk Independent Nightingale, as well as Utopic Zexal. Now, the reason for that is, and the reason there's no other changes in general, is because people are actually really happy with how diverse this format actually is. And I feel that by banning Lyrilusk Independent Nightingale and Utopic Zexal, we're removing the FTKs that the best deck of the format would be playing in a tournament like this, so it's not automatically going to be a free win. And although Utopic Zexal isn't technically an FTK, essentially if your opponent has no out to it, it basically is an FTK because they pretty much can't even play on their turn. So I want to just remove those degenerate cards from this tournament environment and let the players have fun with what this current format has to offer, because I think we're in a really good spot right now. But you guys might be wondering, well, what's going to stop the players from playing the best decks? Well, there are some other rules in place for that. So one of the rules that the competitors have to abide by is the fact that they cannot use the same deck twice, and they must switch their deck every single round. Now, since this is a 16-man elimination tournament, that means they're going to have to go 4-0 if they want to claim the crown. So, someone who might win the tournament might play something like True Draco in the first round, they might play Trickstar in the second round, Zephyra in the third round, and ABC in the fourth round. Who the hell knows? But basically, by implementing these 2 rules, it's going to bring you guys a lot of variety and diversity in deck choices, and it makes it it so that even though there are some decks that might be better than others, they can't use them throughout the duration of the tournament. It actually incorporates a lot of strategy and thinking into how the players want to choose what decks they want to use in given rounds, because does a player maybe want to play the best deck starting off and maybe play gradually worse decks as they make and pretty much make their way through the bracket? Or conversely, they could start with a objectively worse deck and save the better decks for the later rounds to give them a better chance of maybe winning at that point. But the interesting thing about that is that if you lose the first round, you're out. So there's a lot of complex thinking behind picking and counter picking what decks you might want to play in any particular round. Another X factor here is the fact that these tubers are all known for playing a wide myriad of different decks, that they've basically become known as that type of player. And that's also something that an opponent has to keep in mind when they're playing against a certain opponent, because maybe if you're playing against someone like YugiNono, he might play like Cyber Dragons, or he might play Herald, or if you're playing against Alithio, maybe he'll play Herald, or maybe he'll play Counter Fairies, or maybe if you're playing DZ, if he'll play something like Sub-Terrors or FAs. There's so many different types of decks that a lot of the players on these lists are known for that they might not play something that might be strictly meta. They could be playing something that's straight out of left field that no one might be anticipating and catch a lot of these other players off guard. I think that's what's really exciting, because since the players have the ability to change their deck every round, side deck included, the players might want to incorporate some particular cards in their side deck for a given matchup, because if they know they might be playing a certain matchup and that player is known for playing particular decks, if they have the hunch they might play one of those decks, they want to make sure that they're prepared so that they don't get completely and utterly blown out of the Grand Championship. Now, the last thing when it comes to this tournament is the fact that we are going to be using TCG legal only cards, nothing out of the OCG. I want to keep it simple and kind of a level playing field, because not everyone here in the TCG follows the OCG, and we're going to be going by NA TCG standards, which means so that the people in Europe have access to cards like Link Karibo and everyone's on a level playing field. So those are the rules and what you guys should expect out of the YugiTuber Grand Championship 2018. The last thing I want to do before wrapping up this video is describe what you should expect in terms of an upload schedule. Well, the players already have their bracket and they've already been scheduling their matches, and I'm going to be uploading probably these matches at a rate of 1 per day. However, I'm not going to be relinquishing my typical content in exchange for content of the Grand Championship. You're going to probably see maybe 2 uploads from me a day on some days, one of, a typical discussion, a meta-analysis, things like that, but then we're also going to have the Grand Championship matches taking place as well, and these are going to be commentated with co-commentators so that you guys can get some more insight into some of these decks, some of these YugiTubers, and some of the crazy shenanigans that are going to take place in this tournament. You also might see that some of your favorite YugiTubers might be playing their matches live on Twitch, or maybe they might just say on their social media they're going to be playing it at X time, so be sure to follow them on their social media outlets, so in case they do want to advertise to their fan bases that they're going to be playing, you can watch it live and see it before anyone else. But if you're subscribed to me, you're going to get all the matches from the tournament, and you're not going to miss a single thing. So guys, that's it for this video. I really hope you guys are as excited as I am, because this year is going to be as crazy as ever before. So guys, that's it for the video. I really hope you guys are as excited as I am about this year's tournament, because this year is going to be as crazy as it ever has been. So guys, let me know down in the comments who you're rooting for to take the crown for the YugiTuber Grand Championship 2018. I want to see who has the biggest, most dedicated fans and who's going to get the most votes. So guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Be sure to like the video as always, subscribe to the channel for more amazing Yu-Gi-Oh content, and if you guys are super hyped and want to see more content like this, consider backing me on Patreon, because just by pledging only $1 a month, you're investing in my ability to continue bringing you amazing Yu-Gi-Oh content. So thanks so much again, and we'll see you next time. 1, 2, 3, 4.